Hi everyone, and welcome to this tutorial where we are going to watch how to draw fur. And we're going to do this with graphite pencils. And I'm going to use only two kinds, the HB and the 7B. And then we will watch the gradation that it brings and what makes that fur look extra fluffy. And when you watch, for instance, the forehead, here the hair are packed together, while as in the ear, and in this case it's a Somali cat, yes, there's those fluffy hairs coming out. And here you can see the way of the hair is growing. Here on the tip of the ears, they are going like that way, and you can see all the markings that are in the fur. And first we will watch what is going on the forehead of this cat. What you do first is you draw in with your HB or 2H pencil, whatever you want, but HB will be perfect. You draw in the first lines and then you shift to your soft graphite pencil. So that will be the 8B, the 7B or the 6B. Now what I do then is I make those zigzag lines, but I place them in the way that the hair is growing. And what I do not do ever is to draw in contour lines. By drawing in contour lines, your drawing will appear very flat, so you do not want that. All you want to do is make those wiggly lines, those zigzaggy lines. And you can see it here on the top of the head. They really actually end up in little tiny hairs. So that is very important. And once you've done that, you can blend it together with the HB pencil. And immediately you can see the difference in color between the 7B in this case and the HB. And together, combined, they make that really soft, furry look. So it's the combination of the two hardnesses of graphite that give that amazing effect. Now for the ear, that's a different kind of the way the hair is growing. Those fluffy hairs go zigzag over each other. So you try to approach this with your HB as good as you can. And then you start with the 7B to fill in those shadow points. So those are the deep points inside the ear. And you draw around those fluffy hairs that come out of that ear. Here on top of the eye there are some markings, so I also place these in with the 7B. And I've zoomed in as best as I can, so I hope you can really see what I'm doing here. And once you've drawn in with your 7B, you shift over to your HB again. Now the hair around the eyes is really short, so then you can sustain by simply drawing in a little bit of shadow. So you do not have to put in hair there. And what is also very nice for drawing in fur is a pencil eraser. Mine is by Koh-I-Noor, And I will show you here. Guess you were drawing in a little bit of HB, for instance. Then you simply pick up your pencil eraser and draw out some hair. So should you want to lift up some of those hairs, simply get to your pencil eraser and draw them out. Now here we go to the side of the head, and the hairs are going quite horizontal and a little bit downward. So keep notice of the direction of the growth of the hair. And for the side of the head, you can actually start out by watching the eye and then follow the growth and then draw your way out. So I've put in those zigzaggy lines with the 7B again. And then you simply blend them together again. So I look for the shadow. I put in a little bit of shadow in the eye itself. And also here for the side, I do not use contours. And the same goes for the snout itself. Now the snout is white, so I do not want to draw in any darkness. So in this case I'm using the HB, and all I do is draw in the shadow that is around the roundness of the snout itself. Then I place a little bit of shadow behind the thickness of that snout. So I'm simply putting in shades of gray next to the white. And on tip of the nose, the hair is really short again. So I can sustain with just drawing in the direction of the grow again. And for the inside of the nose and the dark shadows around the whiskers, I use the 7B again. Here on the chin, I shift back to the HB. Now for the flocky hair underneath the chin, well, those are kind of harsh and thick and flocky. So I try to watch it and find the direction again of those packs of hair. And you can see them going over and under each other. So first I take my HB and I draw in shadows in the form of hair. Underneath the chin, I also draw in the shadow, and again in the shape of hair and in the direction of growth. Once you've done this, you can shift over to your 7B and draw in the dark shadows between the hair. Now the outer line is drawn in with the HB, and again I do not draw in any contours ever. The whiskers themselves you can draw out a little bit with the pencil eraser, and then simply put in dark lines just next to those white lines. And also I draw in a little bit of extra shadow for the flocky hair that is coming out of the ears. Now this is a demonstration of the way I make my zigzaggy lines. So I'm actually going from left to right, and I keep going that way. Then you can blend everything together and then lift up a little bit of white if you want. So that is really nice to do. And then you simply put in a little bit of shadow with your 7B or your HB, whatever kind of deepness you want in between those white lines. Once you've set up your cat, you can dive into it over and over again and make it more and more realistic as far as you want. So by simply combining 2 gradations of graphite, you already get an amazing effect by putting in the real dark gray and the really light gray. And you can work it out as far as you want. But drawing fur really takes a lot of time. You will have to dive in there over and over again, and you can actually draw in, if you want, each and every hair. But please stay away from contour lines. Once you draw in contour lines, your drawing will be ruined and will look flat. Here I'm drawing in some white hair by smudging in the background, so that's a nice tip too. And well, for the flocky hair, simply you can use a little bit of shadow, make a little bit of shadow, draw in some flocks. Not as harsh as this, but this is just a demonstration. And then take your pencil eraser and make those white hairs if you want. And then simply put in a little bit of shadow just between the white hairs that you've drawn out with the pencil eraser. And then it pops alive. So that is really nice. And what is also very nice is the pencil eraser can be easily sharpened with a pencil sharpener, and you will always have a razor sharp eraser at hand. Well, this is how I work the fur. You can get in there as long as you want and as far as you want and make it as realistic as you want by shifting around the graphite and using your pencil eraser. I hope you enjoyed this video and give it a big thumbs up. Please share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you again in my next tutorial.